It's Christmas Eve, you know what that means. Time to sit back, relax, and get a bunch of presents. Specifically, a whole lot of video games. This holiday break, I was really meaning to go back and get through some of the games that are on my backlog. I recently picked up Legend of Dragoon, heard this was fantastic. I got this big hunkin' beast, Xenoblade Chronicles X, that's gonna take a long time. I have a bunch of games on Steam, don't get me started on that. But no, can't be that easy. Instead, I've been visited by a ghost of Christmas past. 'Tis the season to be jolly. 2005 was a crazy year for the Hedgehog Wonder. After an, at best, average game with Sonic Heroes.
Sonic, this time there's no way out of marrying me.
Alright, Amy, you may want to take it down a peg. As well as a series of really good games with the Sonic Advance Trilogy, 05 was the year we would see the next take on portable Sonic with Sonic Rush and Shadow the Hedgehog. Even at first sight, I knew the game was going to be dumb. It was mainly marketed as, what if Shadow the Hedgehog was edgy? Guns, motorcycles, aliens, random minor cursing.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
The game is now 10 years old, and as such, why not reminisce about probably the first time Sonic Team lost their minds? Happy holidays, everybody. He presumably died in Adventure 2, spoilers, to which he somehow returned in Heroes with no explanation whatsoever, and he may or may not be a robot. Spoilers. That all leads into the start of his own adventure. And check this. This is the first screen of the game, and a terrifying sign of things to come. Here we have Shadow staring off into the city, dealing with some memory issues. That was kinda Shadow's gimmick at the time.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me?
I ask myself that same question. But Shadow eventually remembers something. A moment where a bunch of guards shot and killed a 12-year-old girl.
Maria!
That's a way to start a video game. And then, oh no! A portal appears in the sky and spits out a bunch of aliens. Don't you just hate when that happens? I do. The aliens' leader, Black Doom, shows up and tells Shadow to collect the Chaos Emeralds, and just because he knows Shadow's name, Shadow automatically trusts the aliens and heads off to find the emeralds.
And like it or not, I have to believe him.
That's all it took for Shadow to 180 from forget these humans to, I guess I'll go to the city, I don't know, I'm not doing anything else today. Now it's time to actually play the game, and it starts off in Westopolis, and the big selling point of the game rears in its ugly head really quick. Hey Sonic, what's up? He's here to tell you to kill every alien in the city. Cool. And hey, there's, Staryu's evil cousin. He tells you to kill every soldier in the city. Do one of those two things and you begin your path to either become a good little hedgehog or a nasty little rodent. Sorry, a nasty little ultimate life form. Never got the whole concept of a hedgehog being ultimate, but I digress. Or option C, you could ignore everybody for the neutral path where you just have to get to the goal ring. But that would require you to play this as if it were a Sonic game, and nobody wants that. The game wants you to become a hero or a villain. It's a bit of a strong word for it, but okay. The thing is though, you could just bypass one of the guys on the side you want to be on and kill everything else on your path, and hey, mission accomplished. You're the hero the city needs. The path that you decide leads to different cutscenes and levels, but if it's plot consistency that you want, this is certainly not the place for it. For example, I decided to go hero in Westopolis, which means that within 5 minutes of Shadow entering the city believing the aliens, I began a killing spree of said aliens. Hero? Villain? Or just confused? You be the judge. Good reaction time there, Sergeant. Glad to have you on the force. And here's where the game goes really hardcore. There's gunplay now. Huh. I'm pretty sure this started the trend of Sonic and friends involving themselves in the most idiotic scenarios ever. But admittedly, the guns are actually kind of enjoyable to use. but that's only because the moves that you would normally use, like the homing attack, are basically useless and do minimal damage, and there are guns all over the place that get the job done a whole lot faster. There's also hand-to-hand combat. Don't use the hand-to-hand combat. There's the argument too that this isn't a Sonic game, it's a Shadow game, and fair enough, there's none of that bright and colorful save the woodland creatures stuff going on here. Running low on ammunition, straight up kill a troop and take their gun.
Woohoo! Now we're talking! Bring it on! Woohoo! Woohoo!
Uh-oh, there are 3 soldiers waiting for me at the top of this elevator, and they have knives. What am I gonna do?
Get ready to fight!
I'm so sorry.
Also new to the standard Sonic formula are vehicles. I would say this is equally as stupid, but because Shadow controls like he's on ice all of the time and the vehicles don't, sometimes it's preferable to ride in a motorcycle or sports car, and I feel disgusting for even saying that. And lastly, when you get rid of enemies on both sides, you fill out these meters that let you do special moves. There's the Chaos Blast, which is surprisingly ineffective for being a giant explosion, or Chaos Control, which zooms you right to the goal ring, often bypassing the hero mission that you're probably in the middle of doing. So, don't use either of them. Good going, Sega. Now, credit where credit is due, I suppose. The game does have multiple paths, which means there are multiple endings. 10 of them, in fact. That's quite ambitious. However, this means you have to play through the game 10 times. At the very least, each final level twice, and Westopolis 10 times! A full playthrough takes no longer than 2 hours, but I will be damned if I still don't dread this stupid city. It also doesn't matter what path you start with. You can change where you align yourself partway through your game. So not only is Shadow confused, he's indecisive too. I am the ultimate life form. Maybe, I don't even know. What day is it? All of the paths are shown on a level graph too. Here's my neutral run, here's my pure hero run, and here's my pure evil, except Shadow has a soft side that couldn't leave Cream the Rabbit scared in a haunted castle alone. Run. That's my favorite. The game's plot is a bit of a mess too. I know other Sonic games are certainly far from telling award-winning stories, aside from Big the Cat's plot in Adventure 1. Clearly. But here, stuff just sort of happens out of nowhere and you're expected to follow along. There are 3 factions all fighting each other at once. The aliens, Eggman and his robot army, and Sonic and his colorful friend army. The scariest of them all.
Find the computer room!
Shut up, Vector! It just means a cutscene leading into the next level may or may not involve Shadow talking to someone on the side you associate with, completely disregarding what you just did in the previous level, and giving no explanation to how you get to the next level. Oh, alright, Black Doom just warped me somewhere, I wonder where. Oh, inside a computer. Oh, it's cyberspace, huh? Not many places more evil than that. Sometimes you even flash back to the Ark and deal with Maria. You remember her, right?
Maria!
It should be kinda neat playing as Shadow during this time, but you can side with the aliens here too. How does that make any sense? Every decision you make leads you down a path to either fight Black Doom, Dr. Eggman, or Sonic and a robot controlled by the Gun Commander. You take them out, Shadow says some nonsense followed by,
This is who I am!
credits. Then you start back at Westopolis and do it all over again. By definition, this is replay value, but man, it's a chore. Most of the missions are just, there are X things here, destroy them. Though there are a few that are actually kinda fun. Here's one with an airship making its way through a facility. You have to follow it, get past enemies, and destroy it before it reaches the end. And what do you know? It's a mission that emphasizes speed in a Sonic game? And regardless of whatever crazy scenario, Sonic games typically have kinda solid level design that have bright moments that make what you're doing at least somewhat fun to play. And that is just not the case here. If you want to do a mission where you're filling out a checklist, it's a monotonous chore that limits speed and encourages checking every nook and cranny. If you want to go for the goal ring in a speedy fashion instead, damn it, yeah, that's not very fun either. Not every level is bad, I'll give the game that much, but the majority of them are just bleh. I get what Sonic Team was trying to do, really I do. They wanted to have a game where your choices affect Shadow's fate. But the concept and execution go together like oil and water. That means they don't! I don't care about Shadow's desire to get the emeralds or learn about his past, and that's partially because playing through the same levels over and over again expecting different results is the literal definition of insanity. Although, Shadow can now flip over buses, and I'll be honest, that is super duper hardcore. Let's wrap things up by covering the true ending. Yeah, that's right, the true ending. Those other 10 endings, where you thought you had a say in the matter, getting all of those unlocks the final story, where the game tells the story that it wanted to tell the whole time. It's basically just a normal sized level where you chase down Black Doom to the end, followed by a cutscene revealing Gerald Robotnik, the guy who nearly destroyed the world in Adventure 2, and I guess worked with Black Doom to create Shadow, somehow, telling Shadow to use the Eclipse Cannon, which previously destroyed a chunk of the moon, to destroy the Black Comet before it destroys Earth, courtesy of those alien guys. I know questioning the continuity of Sonic is a big no-no, but this means Gerald recorded himself twice before his death, once prompting the destruction of Earth, and one wishing for its saving. Sure, this one was recorded after Maria's death, so he went a little crazy, but considering he's also responsible for a potential alien attack, you would think he would kinda mention it on the side in his message of a desire for world destruction. Who even cares at this point? Shadow goes super, fights the monster of the week, saves the day, the president wants to honor Gerald, despite the whole wanting to destroy Earth thing! How long until you're out of office? And that's it.
Goodbye forever, Shadow the Hedgehog.
And good riddance. Shadow the Hedgehog is probably the lowest point of the franchise. Now I know Sonic 06 is a thing, but keep this in mind. Shadow the Hedgehog was so bad, not even a year later Sonic Team was looking to reboot the franchise. And at least it has this. This game has aged incredibly poorly, and it wasn't even all that good to begin with. This is way worse than I remember, but there's always a bright side to everything. I don't have to play this ever again. That's a Christmas miracle, right? Oh, that's right. There's multiplayer too. Can't forget that. Let's give this a shot. Hey, man, what's up? Doing pretty good. Listen, I'm working on a video right now for Shadow the Hedgehog, and I forgot to record local multiplayer, so I was wondering if you... Hello? Way to be a Grinch, guy. Welcome to the end slate for the last AntDude episode of 2015. Woo! Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, toss me a like. That would help me out a ton, and I mean, hey, it's the holidays. You can also follow me on Twitter and subscribe to keep up to date with my nonsense. And lastly, a huge thank you to my premium patrons, Kodiak Polzer, Mustard Pig, Jordan Vanderveen, Ben Saunders, Cone Van Bake, and Alex Downs. Them and the other patrons helped make 2015 an awesome year, so thank you guys so much. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Anyways, everyone, I hope you have a great holidays and new year, and I hope to see you back in 2016. Bye-bye!